Alright, we're going to get back onto my shop work here. So I'm going to ignore the bike here for a few more days, or at least until I get done with this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this motor stand mounted on my table. So I played around putting it where I want it to be. If I put it right here on the edge where I like things being nice and square. When you put the motor in, the head sticks way out here, so that means the head would be way over here in my walkway, which would not be a good place to have it. So I moved it over, so this pretty well centers it up in the bench here. Bike stand, whatever you want to call it. I call it a frame table. So I'm going to put some holes in one there, and one over there. I'm going to put it right here kind of in the middle. So I got to figure out what bolts I'm going to use so I can start drilling the holes. So the first thing to do is figure out what size thread Dad was using in his table. I like being consistent. So that means we're going to see what we actually have in here. My guess is coarse. I'm going to guess these are metric. Sure, they all don't seem to be American. I can't tell what it is, but it definitely does not seem to be American thread. I know damn well we didn't put metric bolts in an American table. Okay, so looks like the preferred bolt is fine thread. Looks like it's about 7/16. Be my guess. Yeah, grab our caliper over here. 435. That would be 7/16, in case you didn't know that. Cold day today. 54.5 today. Okay, so these are 7/16 bolts, which is a pretty good guess how big that hole is there. That might even be a 1/2 inch hole in there. No, it is not. Unless this is 1/2 inch. Either way, it doesn't fit. Probably one of the smaller ones here. So there's your transfer punch. Now, transfer punch has a center punch tip in the same size you're going into, so it puts it right in the center. It comes into the kit. That one just doesn't quite fit. Go back to the one we had. Alright, so transfer punch. So I gotta find me some 7/16 fine hardware that's at least 2.5 inches in length minimum. And it's 2.5 gallon bolt. Ew, fancy. I don't think everything's 7/16 in here though. That'd be too easy. Alright, 7/16 fine thread. That looks like about the right one right there. Yep, that will work just fine to go all the way through. Except I like having washers on there too. So it'll be right at the limit. See if we can find a thin 7/16 washer. The light goes on now. That looks like a 7/16 thin ass washer right there. Look at that. It's like it was made for it. Too thin for normal applications. Good enough for me for this. Right. So that was this. That's of course fine thread right over here. Even got locking compound in there so they won't vibrate out of the table here when you're getting after it, beating on them. Yeah, that's important to know. Okay, so we got that figured out. Let's see how far Dad goes down with this hole. Well, he gets carried away. It appears he goes all the way through when he drills these holes. Boom. I was going to stop right there. Dad goes all the way through. Yeah, I think I'll stop halfway. The trick is to put these just below the surface, but no extra. That way they don't catch on anything. If you want to know if it's there, if you roll it across and it doesn't stop, you know it's below the surface. Okay, so now we're getting close. So now we need a 7/16 fine thread tap. Let's see how my tap's laid out. Do I have a fine thread one though? That appears to be a 7/16 fine thread tap to me. That would appear to be a coarse one. Alright, I'm thinking that's the guy. Need a tap driver. That'd be that guy right there. Use this to get it started. Use this to power it through. Okay, we're getting close. Let's see, we got to figure out what tap drill is for that. So you get all your tools lined up. So we got our small drill. Hopefully it's big enough to do what I need. Okay, my drill tap chart is up there. Cutting oil's over here. And we need a center drill too, which we got right there. So we got all kinds of good stuff now. It's almost like we're going to work. Yeah, that's a big center drill. Bigger than normal. Anything smaller around here? Nope. What we do if we go over here? There's a small one. Don't need a big one. See, that's a big one. That's a number 4, that's a number 3. Look, you can see the number right there on top. Look at that. Yeah, these are, don't need that big one. Small one's better. That one back. Okay, drill charts are up there. Got my stepping stool right here. Alright. So, 7/16 fine thread tap drill. 20 is a W drill. What's W close to? W is 3/86, so it's just over 3/8. So 3/8 would work if that's all you got, or you can go the next size above 3/8 if that's all you got. They don't have to be perfect to do what we need to do. Let's see, we need this over here too. Alright, so I think we got everything we need. Except for the extension cord, which I just got done rolling up. Big long one right here. I gotta find a place to put these things. Let's see, the yellow one is hooked up to be used. This one I just threw there because it was out of the way. So now it's in the way. We need to get a new hook over here. So for now, there's our new hook. Perfect. See, this one's already hooked up over here, so this is powered. So all you can do is loop off what you need. And you put it back up on there when you're done. We'll give it one more of these loops. There we go. It's almost like having a recoil loop, but not quite. Alright, there's our power for that. If I need a 1/2-inch drill motor, it's right up over here. So I got it sitting right up here if I need it. So if I don't need it, I don't need it. I'll probably need it. We'll find out. Okay, so now we got just about everything we need except the hammer. And we got that right here. Come in handy. Hammers do come in handy at times. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get this camera out of my way so I don't hit anybody. Be optional. Okay, so I got an edge on my edge right here. Don't like it overhanging. I don't want it to be sitting way on the inside either. I think I like it there. I'm going to do the center one first, because then I can rotate it a little bit if I don't like where it's at. 3 good hits is easy enough. Should be a nice big mark over here someplace. Right there, there's a mark. Okay, we are powered up. This is my DeWalt heavy duty high amp. Beat the tar out of it. Been working for years. Got a lot of balls. Doesn't overheat very much, even when you beat the tar out of it. Has a nice spin-on chuck. Works good. And it's corded. I like cords. Okay, where's our hole at? Hole's right over here. Go ahead and spot it so you know where you're at. Make sure it's got a good spot. You don't want to be walking around like this. You want to put a nice dimple where you need it. Now you go ahead and go in a little ways. Hold it straight helps. Keep the RPM down, you don't burn it up. That's for wood. Who the hell works on wood? I have no idea. Let's see, there should be a dustpan around here somewhere to go with this broom. Of course, we're not seeing it, but I do have this. Keep your mess down. They don't get so messy. Alright, so now we got a little hole in there. Didn't need no cotton oil because I wasn't burning it up with high RPM. See a nice little hole right there. So I'm going to hit it with another drill, pilot drill. Pilot drill can be anything from 3/16 to 1/4 inch, depending on how big a pilot you want. Probably close to 3/16 would be better because we're going up to a 7/16 final. If you get the holes too close together, the drill wants to dig in real hard, so you want to get a little bit of chip load on it. We're a little bit smaller size. Okay, here's our W set. So that's our final size. This probably will not fit in the drill motor. Maybe we'll luck out, who knows. Okay, you want something just reasonable, go with a drill size. So that's a good one right there, the big one. Number 1, it's always a good size. So you step drill it. And the reason you step drill is because there's a lot less chip load by pushing this through than is putting this big ass one through it. And if you put that right there, you'll see that you won't have a lot of cutting load, which is called chip load, when you bore that the rest of the way. So that gives you a good idea. You can also look at the inside of your shank in here. Guess what the minimum diameter is in here. And if this is at the minimum diameter, this thing will drill real good. The higher RPM, the smaller drill, the higher RPM you can go. Let you go within reason. Make sure you go straight down, helps. We're in the wood now. Not quite. There's the wood. Okay, there's all the way down to the steel, which is a table below it. And Dad likes going all the way through. I don't think I need to go all the way through. Now if you hit reverse real quick with the thing here and hit, boop, just trip it, it'll stop the chuck real quick, see? Reverse it real fast on you. Okay, now we're going to go up to our big drill. Make sure you're straight. Dug in. If you go too slow, it digs in. But I don't have quite the balls to torque it through. The trade-off between burning up the bit, breaking the bit. That was closer to breaking than burning. Okay, what I didn't bring is my deburring tool. Alright, one deburring tool, it's called a burr. So that's a 5/8 round burr. So you just push down on that a little bit, a couple light hits. That deburrs the hole for you. Makes it a little bit easier to tap also. So there's your hole. There you go. After you do your first hole, you get an idea what the materials want to do. So next time you can change it if you want. Okay. Now I can put this in a drill and try to power tap into it, but I don't like doing that. I like tapping by hand so I can control things. I do use cutting oil when I tap usually. Not when I drill though. So kind of get the start, get it lined up as you go. So you look at it from two different directions while you're starting it. So you look at your vertical this angle, 90 degrees, and you look at it from this angle, and it's leaning slightly that way. It looked like it was straight where I was standing, but from this angle it is not straight at all. So it's about 10 degrees off, so I got to correct that. So the first thread in there, you're all right. After that, after you start going more about a thread, it gets harder and harder to correct your issues. Okay, so now, correct it a little bit. Corrected one and screwed up the other. Okay, got that angle back, and now that angle looks good too. Okay, once you get straightened out, it should power in straight if you don't cock on it. And the way you correct is you twist it over a little bit, lean over, and turn at the same time. If you're happy where you got, just go equal down straight. It should go in straight. And there's no reason to go back, forth like that. Cleaning the chips out, that's like a bunch of crap. If you feel it loading up and getting really hard to turn, then you back up slightly and then chip it and go back forward again. But that's only if you need to. So I just stop about halfway in and put the lube on it. Put it back in. Switch over to the speed tool. Also more leverage. Push the hole up. Cutting through the wood right now. You can hear the chips in the bottom hole being crushed. There you go, it's out. Where's my ear nozzle at? Get the one that goes in the hole. Okay, clear out your hole. Hole looks good. It's got the chamfer on top so you don't dig into anything, and it makes the bolt easily start. Looks like the bolt's going to go in there. Bolt looks straight that way, looks straight that way. Looks like I might have did a good job.